Hola, hola, y bienvenido a tu clase. Hey, and welcome to your class. Okay, so today we're going to be looking at los números, which are the numbers, y las fechas, the dates, fecha, date. But what that really means is we're going to be looking in at los días de la semana, the days of the week, y los meses del año, the months of the year. ¿Listos? Let's get started. Okay, so just starting off, let's get this out of the way. A key vocabulary word for today is contar. I say, you say, contar, to count. If you notice, it's even really similar right here. You have the same beginning of your word except for the U in English. You've got to love words like that, making it so easy. All right, so this is basically a vocabulary class. So what that means is you're going to have to put in some work on the back end. I can't teach you all of it if you're not going to study. So do whatever you can to use these in your day-to-day life. Count anything, everything. The yards that you pass by as you're driving, the amount of times someone says the words like, anything, everything. Count it. Okay? So, los números. I say you say números. Muy bien. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Muy bien. Okay, let's do it a little bit faster. ¿Listo? Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Muy bien. Now, pause this video and go walk somewhere and count the amount of birds you see outside, maybe the amount of coffee cups you have, or even just go teach someone that's in your house or give someone a call and teach them how to count to 10. Awesome. Okay, this is your next set of numbers. So, most numbers in Spanish follow a type of pattern. Okay? So, looking at this one, we have once, doce, trece, y catorce. Catorce. Something great about this is once is literally once in English. If you read it in English, it's once. So remember that. We know that one is uno, but once is 11. Dos, doce, 12. Tres, trece, 13. Cuatro, 14. Muy bien. Okay, so here's kind of like your cultural thing for the day. A quinceañera. A lot of us know this as a party for a girl turning 15. But here's the fun fact. A quinceañera is not the party, but actually the girl who is turning 15. So, quince, quinceañera. Or if you're like, you know what? I don't even know what a quinceañera is. If you're employed and you get paid every 2 weeks, that's called cada, every, C-A-D-A, cada quincena. N-A at the end of that makes quincena, every 15 days. Muy bien. Quince. Ahora, now, ahora, let's look here. We have dieci, which is almost like saying like tinsy. Okay, dieci is how we're going to do 16 through 19. So I say, you say. 16, 17, 18, 19. I really like those because they're just so easy to have the same beginning, and all you have to do is remember your 1 through 9, and you've got it set. Really quick. This is where a lot of people get tripped up is on 16 or even 6. A lot of people like to say seis, but listen here. Say, s, seis. It goes up. 16, 16. Muy bien. Okay, let's keep going. Muy bien. Ahora, now, we're going to go 20 to 29. So, I say, you say, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. Okay, in this one, the great trick about it is you go from 20, 20, and this E changes to an I, and then you just need to add on your 1 position from the very first slide. Now, what is 2 times 3? 6. In the 20s, you only have accents on 22, 23, and 26. So a good way to remind yourself of that is 2 times 3 equals 6. Those are your accents on the 20s. So now pause here and go and try to count how many forks and spoons you have. Get all the way up to 29 and come on back. Muy bien. Ahora 30 a 39, 30 to 39. So 30 all the way through 90 will follow the same pattern. What I mean by that is you're going to say your tens position, tens like 30, 40, 50, okay? Your tens position, then E, which means Y, which is a Y, which means and, then your ones position. So it goes like this. I say, you say, 30, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39. Muy bien. Muy bien. Okay, so that's how 30 is going to work all the way through. Now, these are your tens positions all the way over to 100, 100. So, I say, you say, 40, 40, 50, 50, 50, 60, 60, 60, 70, 70, 70, 80, 80, 80, 90, 90, 90. And our favorite thing, 100. Muy bien. 100, 100. Super. Okay. Now, these all are going to work just like that 30. What I mean by that is this. If you choose 80, por ejemplo, for example, then if you wanted to say 83, you would say 83. Put the tens first. your tens position. So 80. Then you always have to have that E. 80 y. Then your ones place. Tres. 83. Muy bien. Okay. Now you have your hundreds. They are 100, 200, 300, 400, 500. Okay. This one changes a little bit. It goes more off of that quince, quincena, quinceañera. Do you hear all of those similarities? So you're following more off of that route, okay? Think about it like quintuplets, the babies that have five, they're all born at the same time, five babies, quintuplets, quinientos, quince, okay? Then you go back and you follow that kind of like ones pattern of 600, 700, 800, 900, 1000. 1000. Muy bien. Okay. These are los días de la semana. Semana, week. Muy bien. And we're going to learn today also how to say fechas. Fechas, dates. Muy bien. Okay. Beginning con los días de la semana, the days of the week. So we have lunes. A good way to remember this is luna, the moon, moon, Monday. Okay? Lunes, martes, miércoles, jueves, viernes, sábado, domingo. Ojo, pay attention. None of these words are capitalized. And I know I make a lot of orthographical errors, but this is not one of those. In Spanish, you do not capitalize the days of the week or the months of the year. And I know that seems strange, but remember, this is a different language with its own grammatical structure. So, another change is this right here. Did you notice what I said? Lunes is Monday. We start our days of the week in Spanish on Monday, lunes. Muy bien. I say you say. Lunes, martes, Tuesday. And ojo, notice this is the only one with a T. Tuesday, martes, miércoles. Miércoles is the longest word, just like Wednesday is your longest day of the week. Muy bien. Another way you could remember it is it's in the middle. Miércoles, middle. Jueves, jueves. Thursday. Viernes, Friday. Sábado, Saturday. Also, the only one that starts with an S. Y domingo. Domingo. You can turn these two O's into sons, or just think of ways that you could remember these. What makes sense to you? If my examples help, fantastic. If you think of something else, then by all means use that. It's your language journey. Muy bien. Seguimos. Let's continue. Okay, here's a few more key vocabulary words. ¿Lista? Mañana. Mañana. tomorrow, ayer, ayer, yesterday, hoy, hoy, today. Muy bien. Then we have a few words we've already seen, but if you're visual like me, it helps to have them written down. Día, day, semana, week, mes, month. Muy bien. Okay, I know we're flying through this. The best way you're going to be able to really capture all of this information is if you go back and you watch this clip by clip, just a little bit at a time. So focus on 1 through 10 first. Go through, count things as much as you can. Once you've really got 1 through 10, where you don't have to go, okay, wait, what was 7? Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, siete. Oh, wait, no, that's seis, siete. Once you can just go 7, siete, that's when I recommend you move on and start adding more numbers. Okay? It's important to be able to just have that rapid recall. Okay? So do what you got to do, but really work on repetition, getting that in your mind. All right, so here are your definitions. So I say, you say, ¿Qué día es hoy? Muy bien. What day is today? ¿Qué día fue ayer? What day was yesterday? ¿Qué día será mañana? What day is tomorrow? And now here's how you can answer those questions. You can say, ¿Qué día es hoy? Hoy es miércoles. Muy bien. So you can say that, or people could even ask you, ¿Qué es hoy? ¿Qué es hoy? What is today? And you could respond with just the day of the week. Miércoles, Wednesday. Muy bien. If you're asked, ¿Qué día fue ayer? ¿Qué día fue ayer? You can say, Ayer fue martes. Yesterday was Tuesday. Or simply, martes. Muy bien. ¿Y qué día será mañana? Mañana será jueves. Mañana será jueves. Tomorrow will be Thursday. Muy bien. Okay, a key question to have and to practice your numbers is, ¿cuál es tu número? Remember, the tu without the accent is a possessive word. It's the possessive your. So your possessives, just a refresher, you've had these in earlier classes, okay? If you don't remember, go back and check those classes, okay? We have me, my, tú, your, su, his or her or you formal, that possessive for them, nos or nuestro, okay? Nuestro, our, and then sus, which is that plural, theirs. We're talking about that plural, okay? Muy bien. So, ¿cuál es tu número? You can respond by saying, mi número es, the es from ser, okay? Mi número es 806 555 3456. Now practice. Write your number out and practice saying it. Okay, another super important question and one we love to ask people, especially when we just meet them, is ¿Cuántos años tienes? ¿Cuántos años tienes? How old are you? Muy bien. So in Spanish, the verb tener is used with things like age, some physical qualities, and literally means to have. It's the verb to have. So, really quick, you answer by using tener in the yo form, which is tengo. I say, you say, tengo. Muy bien. Then you just need to put your number there. So, por ejemplo, for example, tengo 30 años. I am 30. Tengo 30 años. Muy bien. If you're having a little bit of trouble recalling how to use the verb tener, it's right here linked, okay? So just go back, watch that video again, refresh on how to use tener, and then come on back. Muy bien. All right. Ahora, now, we're looking at los meses del año, the months of the year. Okay. Ojo, pay attention. None are capitalized. I know it feels wrong not to capitalize a month, but I promise you, I'm not misleading you. Muy bien. I say, you say. Enero, febrero, marzo, abril, mayo, junio, julio, agosto, septiembre, octubre, noviembre, diciembre. Muy bien. Remember, all of those vowels have to be enunciated, which means like you have to hear them. Okay? So just remember, this is not mayo, not mayonnaise, okay? Mayo. Then when you have this IE, you've got to say septiembre. Septiembre. Muy bien. Okay, pause and say them again to yourself. Another great way to memorize things is to do it through song. So sing song it, kind of like enero, febrero, marzo, abril, mayo, junio, julio, agosto, septiembre, octubre, noviembre, diciembre. Son los meses del año. I'm not a singer. And guess what? You don't have to be either. So make up a tune, do the same tune I did, or go to YouTube. Find a video you like and go with it. Whatever helps you learn. Super. Okay, you are almost finished, all right? You've gotten so much great knowledge, and this is going to help you in those tiny day-to-day conversations that we want to have. All right, so a great question to ask. ¿Cuándo es tu cumpleaños? Cumpleaños, birthday. So, ¿cuándo es tu cumpleaños? When is your birthday? This is how you can answer. The S is optional, okay? It does not have to be there. The L does, okay? So, you'll do es, el. In Spanish, the number always comes before the month, okay? So it's flipped from ours because if we wanted to say September 26th, they would say 26th of September. So, ¿cuándo es tu cumpleaños? Es el 26 de of septiembre. Es el 26 de septiembre. Go ahead and write your birthday down. Muy bien. One other way you can say it is where we have tu cumpleaños. Remember the tu is the your, because they're asking what's your birthday. When answering, you can flip that and say, mi cumpleaños es el 26 de septiembre. Okay? Flip that around and make it for you. Use the my possessive. Muy bien. Okay. Now, this is how we're going to form the date. And honestly, everywhere outside of the United States uses this style of writing down the date. So it's super helpful to know. Okay, remember back. What is hoy? Sounds like ahoy, but not quite. Hoy, today. Hoy es el 8 de of octubre. Remember, mes is month. 8 de octubre. De, then this word año means year. So Spanish also does their year a little bit different than we do in English. Where in English, we like to split it in half and say 2025. They don't do that in Spanish. They treat it as a whole number and will say 2025. Muy bien. So, this is how you say it. 2025. So, if this year is 2025, what would next year be? 2026. Muy bien. Now, if you're just wondering, what would be like the 1900s? Okay, that would be 1900. That's from your 900, 900. Then I was born in 95. So, 1995. Okay, that's kind of how you switch it up. Muy bien. Now, try doing your birth year. Super. Muy bien. Okay, so that's the last thing that we're going to be focusing in on today. So now the ball's in your court. Just like in every other lesson, we're going to end it this way. Get out there, talk to someone. The only way you're going to get better at a language is by using it. Okay? So get out there, use your language, talk to somebody new, or talk to a friend. And I'm so proud of you. You've got this. If you need anything, reach out. Hasta luego. Bye.